Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good? Keep talking. Jerry, can you give me 1 second? What was that? Okay, no worries. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna, what do you want to do, Jerry? Let's do something. Anything, I think. You want us to sing something together? Okay, what are we singing? Oh, say shalom, in Ramah, Vuya, say shalom, hallelujah, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen. Oh, say shalom, in Ramah, Vuya, say shalom, hallelujah, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imeru. Okay, great. Do you want me to do it over here too? You want me to test this microphone for you too? Okay. Rama, Uyah, say shalom, Aleinu, Be'akol, good, Yisrael, Ve'imeru, Amen. Oh, say shalom, Rama, Uyah. How's that? Hey, okay. Have you, Jay may want to come over here. I'm going to sign this, and I'm going to have you sign it too, okay? Okay, go ahead and sign. Love your dress. You're welcome. Want me to write it for you? There you go. Yeah, perfect. Nice. That was awesome, actually. Really, really good. Okay, cool. All right. In like 5 minutes, Bob, you can sit up here. Or you can sit up here if you want to now. It's up to you. restroom one more time.
I was in here yesterday.
Probably overly cautious. We had two early on, I would say like in May, and then Rachel, this is probably our fourth, but we've got a bunch this fall. Yeah, I think this is our fourth. I know. I just did a wedding last night for a non-Jewish friend. The ceremony was outside, but I was like, Celia, we were invited to stay, but the celebration was going inside because of the weather, and we left.
Bruchim habayim tachat kanfei hashechina Bruchot habaot tachat kanfei hashechina May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace. Bruchot habaot tachat kanfei hashechina. Im habayim tachat kanfei hashechina. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace.
Bruchim habaim are ancient Hebrew words that welcome everybody into this space, whether they are the wonderful Dubin family who sits in our sanctuary or the people who are watching this event happen online. We welcome you with these ancient words and hope you are indeed blessed during this hour. We have little doubt that you will be, because we gather together on a sacred occasion, not just Shabbat, but a certain young lady sits on our bima, Rachel Dubin, prepared to become a bat mitzvah, an adult in the eyes of the Jewish tradition. And as I've said many times to our community, there are challenges we put before our young people as they go through this ritual into adulthood. One of those challenges is that they learn the story, the prayers of the Jewish people, and that they lead their family, in this case, and those of you online, in the prayers, as well as to chant from the Torah, to read a small section, to sing of the verses of our ancestors of the Bible in its scroll-like form, and interpret a little bit about what it is that she has read for us. Rachel has been a delight. Since the Dubin family has been affiliated here with the congregation Micah, and we are so pleased. You know, we don't like to play favorites, but the Dubins are kind of some of our favorites. So, and the reason they are, Rachel, is because they take this not only seriously, but they take it seriously with joy. And that's what's going to happen today. We will experience the sacred and the joyful, and there is a certain young lady who will, in fact, lead us in that experience. My name is Philip Rice. They call me Rabbi Flip. We thank Rabbi Lori, who did most of Rachel's training, as well as Lisa, who's probably watching, Silver, and also Jerry Kimbrough on the guitar over there. And most importantly, Rachel, we welcome you to the Bima, and as you make your way over here, we're going to ask Scoob and Jen Dubin, your parents, to come forward and present you with a tallis.
Hey, sweet girl. Congratulations, you made it to today. So this is a tallis that you picked out, and we wanted to make sure that it was special for your special day. Oops. And my hope is that one day you'll be able to pass this down to your children when they're standing up here for their special day. I love you. Good job.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hitatef batzitzi. We continue on page 74 with the singing of Ma Tovu.
Ma Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael Vani berov hastecha avoveitecha Eshtachavel hechal kodshecha v'yiratecha Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael Ani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon Elohim berov hastecha Eneni bemet yishecha Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam b'chokhmah, uvara vo negavim chalim, geluv yado lifnei hisei chvedecha, she'im yipateach echad mehem, o yisatem echad mehem, I afshar lehitkayem v'la'amod lefanecha. Baruch atah Adonai, rofeh kol basar, umafli la'asot. We continue by thanking God for our souls on page 78.
Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi. Ata berata, ata yetzarta, ata nefachta bi. Ve'ata meshamra bekirbi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi.
Please join us as we chant, starting on page 80, thanking God for the miracles of everyday life. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasech vivina lechavhin ben yom uven laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivri.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadeh gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Malpi Sharumin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten la'yav koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir shena me'enai utnuma me'afa pai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitchanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
We continue together on page 88. These are the things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in the deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer,
and making
peace among people, but the study of Torah encompasses them all. We chant responsively on page 97.
Rachel, I think we're going to move to Psalm 150 if it's okay with you on page 100.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Hallelujah, Bekiauzo. Hallelujah, Big Burotav. Hallelujah, Kerov Good Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Take a shofar, hallelujah, but never bechinor, hallelujah, but tofu machol, hallelujah, beminim ve'ugav, hallelujah, hallelujah. Tziltzlei Shama, Hallelujah, but Tziltzlei Trua, Kol Hanshama Te Hallelujah, Kol Hanshama Te Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
Please rise and turn to page 106. Yikra vayikra shemei rabba.
Amen.
Be'almighty v'rachute v'yamlich malchute b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayedecho be'Yisrael ba'gala uvizman kariv v'yimeru Amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevorach le'olam u'lam me'almaya yitbarach Yitbrach v'yish tabach v'yitpa'ar v'yityaman v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalol shemei dekudisha brichu le'lamin kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damin rambelma v'yimeru Amen. Please be seated. We continue on page 110. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvarei choshech, oseh shalom uvarei et hakol, hameir la'aretz, v'ladarim alecha barachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid, ma'aseh v'rishit. Marabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asita mala. Ha'aretz kininecha titbarach Adonai Eloheinu. Al shavach ma'aseh yadecha ve'al me'orei or she'asita yifarucha sela. Or chadash al tzion ta'ir. V'nizkeh chulanu mehera L'oro Baruch atah Adonai Yitzer Hamoret. Please read with me on page 113. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said, and light blinded we saw, that inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us. As we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Please be seated and continue chanting with me on top of page 116. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levav u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha Bishinantam Livanecha, Vidibarta Bam, Bishivtecha Bevetecha, Uvalektecha Vadera, Ushokbecha Uvkumecha, Ukshartam Leo Dayadecha, Vihayilitertafo Tbenenecha, Uchtov Tam, Almizuzot Betecha, Uvisharecha, Laman Tiskeru, Ve'asitem Kol Mitzvotai, Ve'item Kedoshim Lehechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzei Tiachem, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Lihyot Lachem Lelohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem. We continue responsively on page 121. The eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war any more.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor, asks God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing.
Please rise.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nor tehilot. Osefele, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Moses and the children crossed the sea. They sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Adonai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh.
Sur Yisrael, kuma bezrat Yisrael, uvdechnu mecha Yehuda v'Yisrael. Go aleinu Adonai tzavot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael.
Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tivtachu fi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Meho, U'Mevei Gdula Livnei B'neihem. L'man shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atarav Lehushia, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asirim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Geburot, Umidal Melach, Melech Meni Tu Mechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'neman Talachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechadeh HaKol. Nikadesh et Shimcha ba'olam, Keshem shemakdishim oto b'shmei marom, Kakatuv al yad neviyecha, V'kara zeh ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Meloch ol haaretz, Kevodo. Adir, Adirenu Adonai, Adonenu ma'adir shimcha b'chol haaretz. Baruch Kevod Adonai mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu vehu Yashmienu, berachma v'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai yiktion, lador vador. Hallelujah.
L'ador, 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 l'ador,
Please be seated.
The music is always beautiful, and Lisa Silver and Michael Oakes could not be a part of this, so they kind of videoed it in. We always hit this point in our service, and we know even amidst the beauty of the music and the beauty of the room and the wonderful voice of Rachel Dubin, that there are some things that cannot be expressed through word or song, and they are the prayers of our own heart. And so we leave a little bit of time, a little space for some silence to think about all the blessings that await you, Rachel, in your life, and all of the broken places that could use her smile and a little bit more of our love. A little silence.
Shalom, shalom, shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim, tasim, tasim l'olam. Ki ata hu melech adon, b'chol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon, b'chol hashalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim, tasim, tasim l'olam. V'tov benecha levarech et amcha Yisrael. V'kol eidu v'chol shah bishlomecha. Shalom, shalom, shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha. Tasim, tasim, tasim l'olam. Tasim l'olam. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
We continue now with our Torah service. Ein kamacha ve'Elohim Adonai ve'en kema'asecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai yimloch, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai os le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarech et amo b'shalom. Av harachamim, heitiv avirtzonecha et Zion. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Ki vecha levad batachnu, Melech el Ram v'nisa, Adon olamim. Invite everyone to please rise. Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, Ki mitzion teitze Torah, udavar Adonai mirushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Le'amo Yisrael bikdushato.
I think we are looking for the Gwines. Is that correct?
Rebecca and Sarah Gwines are going to come forward and open our ark doors at this time. And we'll also invite forward for passing of the Torah Ronnie O'Mell, Esther O'Mell, Scoob, Jen. Rebecca and Sarah will already be up here. And then, of course, Alex and Rachel. You guys can just be right here at the bottom. Perfect. Y'all are going to come down and join us here. Okay, you're perfect. Hi, everybody. We're switching places for a moment. This is a good-looking group, and the most people I've been around in about 8 months, so it's really nice to be with you. So, Rachel, I have to say I've wanted to interject a few times to tell you, one, you're doing a great job. I think we all know that. Two, it's just a little hard to believe that we're here, is it not? And I don't mean 2020 or COVID or any of that. I mean, you're bat mitzvah. How did that happen? I mean, we've all just watched you grow up, truly, and what a joy it has been. So this is a very special moment for our whole community because truly we feel like you are all of our daughter, and we're just incredibly proud of you. So, but some of us in this room, and that's those of you standing here at the Bema, had a little bit more to do with raising Rachel than the rest of us, even though we like to take a lot of credit. So at this time, we're going to pass this Torah down through the generations. Rachel, it's going to land in your arms. All of these people, I know you know this already, have had a direct role in shaping who you are today. They've done a pretty darn good job, I would say. But now this Torah is going to be in your arms, and when it does, you'll go ahead and say the first line of the Shema, and you're taking on a big responsibility, but one I think you sort of felt like was yours before even today. Your commitment to the Micah community, your commitment to your Judaism, your love and passion for Jewish music and Hebrew, all of that is not new to you. So it makes it a lot easier for those of us on this side of the sanctuary to be really comforted and confident that the Jewish tradition is in really good hands in the next generation. So.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. All right, Rachel, we're going to trade. I will take that, you take this. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to invite you to be seated, and Rachel's going to come right back up here to the Bema. I'm going to need something from that. I'll trade you, take this. All right, Rachel. So we are still in the holiday of Sukkot. Rabbi, did we see where her? Oh, great. We are still in the holiday of Sukkot, which means you have a special portion this week. The end towards, well, not the end, but still in Deuteronomy, which is the final book of Torah. But you're reading from the middle of Parshat Re'eh. And this particular portion, which is so perfect for you, and those of you who are with us virtually will see when Rachel shares her Devar Torah, her sermon with us this morning, because this particular part of the Torah you're reading about is about tithing. and what it means to save some of what we are so blessed to have to give to others who are in need. So I'm going to bring you up here. Let's make sure we know where it is, and then we'll call forward your family for an aliyah. Let's see. Sarah. Great. Yeah, let's open that a little bit more. Okay, you come up here. All right, so to join you for your aliyah this morning, we're going to invite your parents, Jen and Scoob, and your brother Alex to come forward. And as they do, we will also officially call you to the Torah as a bat mitzvah with the name by which you are known in the house of Israel. Tamod Rachel Sarah Bat Shlomit Ruth V'Chaim Lichvod HaTorah. All right, family, you guys are going to come close. Rachel, you're going to lead us here. This is just a Torah blessing.
Baruch hu Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Aser te'aser. Et kol tevuat zarecha, hayotze hasadeh shana shana, ve'acholta lifnei Adonai Elohecha, b'makom asher yivchar, lishaken shemo sham, masar degancha, tirshacha v'yotzenecha, Uvchot bekarcha v'yotzanecha l'man tilman l'yira Adonai Elohecha kol hayamim v'hi yirbe mimcha haderech ki lo tuchol seito ki yirhak mimcha hamakom asher yivchar Adonai Elohecha l'sim shema sham Ki Yorechecha, Adonai Elohecha, v'natata b'kasef v'yitzarta ha'kesef b'yadcha v'halachta el hamakom asher yivchar Adonai Elohecha bo v'natata ha'kesef b'ho asher te'avei nafshecha b'bakar uvatzon Uvayayin, uvashachar, uvho, asher tishalcha nafshecha, ve'achalta sham lifnei Adonai Elohecha, ve'samachta ata ubetecha, ve'halevi asher bisharecha, lo ta'azvenu kiyin, lo helek v'nachala imaha. Mikse shalosh shanim totzi et kol masar tivuatecha bishana hahiv v'hanachta visharecha uvach halevi kien lo halak v'nachala ima v'hager v'hayatom V'ha'almana asher bisharecha v'achlu v'saveyu l'man yivarechecha Adonai Elohecha b'chol masar yadecha asher te'aseh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tefenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. You can hug all these people, Rachel.
Good job.
So, Rachel, we pause to think of those in our community who are in need of healing while our Torah is out. Oh, excuse me, keep doing that. And so you may have the people you're thinking of. I'm sure your family does as well. So I'm going to invite both our guests here in the sanctuary, our members here in the sanctuary, as well as all of you watching with us on live stream to say aloud the names of those you are thinking of that you'd like to include in our Mishaberach prayer of healing on the Shabbat. Take a moment now for you to do that.
רפואת הנפש והגוף אינה רפאנה. רפאנו אדוני רפואה שלמה. For the hurt of body and of soul, for the suffering and pain, as you heal the ones who came before, will you heal us just the same? רפואת הנפש והגוף אינה רפאנה. רפאנו אדוני רפואה שלמה. For the hurt of body and of soul, for our suffering and pain, as you heal the ones who came before, may you heal us just the same.
No. So just gonna yeah. So Rachel, you chanted Torah beautifully.
Thank you.
And you're also going to chant from our prophetic section this week, which for Shmini Atzeret, which is the end of the Hag, the holiday of Sukkot, comes from 1 Kings. I'm going to switch with you there. So what the rabbis would do every week, and I think you already know this, but I'll tell everybody else in case they don't know. What the rabbis would do every week is they would take the Torah reading for the week, and then they would connect it thematically with something from the prophets. So what's the connection this week? Well, the dedication ceremonies of the new temple in Jerusalem end with a public celebration on Sukkot, which is the holiday that we are in now. And it says that on the 8th day, King Solomon sent the people home. The 8th day connection forms not the strongest link, but the rabbis were stretching for something. It forms an accepted link between the 8th day of Sukkot, which is where we are, and the Haftorah, our portion from 1 Kings. But other connections have been suggested, but we'll just leave that one for today. So Solomon, if you remember, was king after David, who was his father, in the second third of the 9th century. And one of his first projects was the building of the temple. And he completed the work in remarkably short time, something that we do not experience today if you've ever done any home improvements. And so the Haftorah provides the final chapter of the joyful observances. So let's make sure that you've got your blessings to bless first. Hold on, here it is. Okay, go for it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboker b'torah uv'Moshe avdo Yisrael amo uvinviye ha'emet v'tzedek. Baruch Adonai asher natan menucha lamo Yisrael kechor asher diber lo nafal davar had mikol devaro hatov asher diber biyad Moshe avdo. Yehi Adonai Eloheinu imanu ka'asher im avotenu, al ya'azvenu, ve'al yishenu. V'hatot levavenu, elav lalechet, b'chol derachav, v'lishmor mitzotav, v'hukav, umishpat asher tziva et avotenu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol mimim tzadik b'chol hadarot ha'el ha'ne'eman medber u'mkayeh shekol dvara emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'neviim ve'al ha'shilat hazeh shenatatan lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha lechavod v'tifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim la u'mihita yitbarach shimcha v'chol chai tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat.
Amen.
Like painful. Make it painful. And excited. Okay.
What does it mean to live a life of blessing instead of a life of curse? In other words, what does it mean to live a life of kindness and peace instead of a life of hatred and irritation? To me, it means trying to do a nice thing for someone every day, or even just smiling at someone. We have all heard the saying that happiness is contagious, right? The way I see it is that one smile leads to another, and another, and another, and well, so on. Right now, during this hard time of sickness, struggle, and fighting, we all need a little light to guide us through. We all need a smile or a virtual hug. We have to stay home, but does that really mean we can't still have community? In my eyes, no, it doesn't. I see it as a way to find new ways of communication and new activities. Will we get tired of being with the same people 24/7? Possibly. Just know you aren't alone. A lot of us are tired of staying home and want to get out. I understand, but right now, we need to stay home in order to leave home. Last summer at Jacob's Camp, we were going on our day trip, and that year, unlike the previous one, instead of going straight to our day trip, we did a service project. That project was to help clean up litter around Mississippi, and we spent hours doing it with some of our best friends. We cleaned up broken glass, old alcohol cans, and we walked for hours. Even though it was raining, we still helped clean up, even though we were getting wet. It felt really refreshing, though. I know that is one summer I will never forget. I mean, sure, maybe not the best way to bond with new people or with old friends, but it was a great way to see parts of Mississippi I had never seen. I loved it, and I felt so happy that I was helping that I almost forgot I was picking garbage off the side of the road. These are examples of choosing a life of blessing. We have choices all the time about which path to take in life, and the Torah gives us directions that guide us to create a life of blessing. For example, if someone in your community is needy, like being homeless, needs help paying for groceries, or just needs a bit of food, you must not be greedy and close your hand. Instead, you must open your hand and offer what they need, as well as allow them to take what they want. If you don't, they may cry to Adonai against you, and it will be your sin. Or, if a Hebrew man or woman is sold to you, they are to serve you for 6 years. In the 7th year, you are to set them free. Don't let them leave empty-handed, though. You must supply them generously from your flock, harvesting floor, and winepress. From what Adonai has blessed you with, you are to give to them. Remembering how you were a slave a slave in the land of Egypt, and Adonai redeemed you. One commandment that is in my portion that really spoke to me was the commandment about how you must open your hand to the needy. Reason being that right now, because a lot of people are going through homelessness, due to the pandemic, making it so businesses must let employees go. And they're having to live off of only $275 a week. That's less than minimum wage, which is still only $290 a week. Now, sure, it's only a $15 difference, but those $15 could determine whether that family gets dinner every day of that week. Now, if it's a family of 4 people like mine, and both parents are relying on the unemployment fund, that is 4 people living off of only $550 a week. And so that's only about $78.60 per day. 3 meals a day for a family of 4, which really isn't enough at all. Not to mention, the unemployment fund is only for people that get laid off or fired, not if you quit. Now, in normal circumstances, a lot of people would say they can just get a job. Well, now they can't. A week of groceries for a family of 4 can go anywhere from $146 to $289. Imagine if it were only one parent able to get the unemployment fund. That means they would only have $35 to $129 left for things other than food and drink. So what about all the other human necessities? What will they do? What can they do? Well, nothing. If they only have $129 left for the week after groceries, what about their house? They won't be able to pay the bills. They need all they can get. They need more than just $275 a week, because that's only $1,100 a month. That's compared to $1,160 per month on minimum wage. Now, minimum wage already puts people at the below poverty line, and unemployment puts them even lower than the below poverty line, which, if you think about it, that's barely enough for a family to survive on. People can't control if they get laid off or fired due to a pandemic. It's just not enough money to have to live off of, because they only get $14,300 a year on unemployment versus $15,080 a year from minimum wage. That's a $780 difference per year for one parent on unemployment, and the other not working and not getting money. If it were both parents, it would be $2,200 per week, $8,800 per month, and only $28,600 per year. With both parents on unemployment. Sure, that's twice as much as if it were only one parent, but it's still not enough. Helping those in need will most likely make them happier, leading to their wholeness or shalom, just like music helps me find shalom. Music helps me find my center. In other words, if I'm stressed out, I will typically put in my earbuds and listen to some music. Also, when I play music, it can bring joy or peace to the people around me. I mean, sure, probably not while my parents are working, but after work and school is a great time for me to play clarinet. Listening to music is my version of walking to unwind or de-stress. Music also helps me to focus, which, if you know me, well, I guess most of you do. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Music helps me focus, which, if you know me, then you know that's important. If you take just a little time to listen to some of your favorite music if you're stressed, then it might help you too. Now, the way music can bring blessing into your lives is simply just to listen, to play it, or to write it. Just like it helps me, it can help you. Just like it helps me almost every day, if I didn't have the ability to listen or play music, well, I don't know what I'd do. Music is my lifeline. or am I pushed to focus and keep trying? So, like I asked in the start of my sermon, what does it mean to live a life of blessing instead of a life of curse? For me, a life of blessing includes service projects at camp or anywhere, opening my hand to the needy, listening to and playing music. My hope for all of you is that you can find your way to live a life of blessing or your light to guide you through.
Rachel, that was beautiful. I mean, I've heard it before, but it was beautiful to hear it again. Awesome.
Indeed beautiful. And, sometimes Jews get accused like we're part of some big conspiracy theory. I happen to know you've registered for camp already. And I know, because I know you, even before you spoke about the power of music, you know music is a big part of what we are here at Micah, and it just kills Miss Lisa she can't be here sometimes. So she did another song for you, and it's the first gift. Here it goes, like this.
Rachel Dubin, you've always been such a bright light. I'm glad I had the opportunity to work with you and help you prepare for this day of becoming a bat mitzvah. And thank you for all the time you spent helping me with the kids' choir. I hope we get to do that again one day soon. I'm sorry I can't be with you this morning. I know you did a great job. I want to offer you this blessing. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May you see your world created in your lifetime. May you see your visions come to be. May your hope touch every generation to come. These are the prayers we have for you. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May you be blessed with understanding, with wisdom and compassion in your heart. May your tongue be filled with song. May your lips sing out for justice. These are the prayers we have for you. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May the world you live in be the world of your dreams. May the world you live in be the world of your dreams.
It is never easy to follow Miss Lisa. I know this from personal experience, Rachel, but Dan Grossman, our congregational president, had some gifts he wanted to present, so he's got a little message for us too.
Good afternoon, I'm Dan Grossman, president of Congregation Micah, and I want to welcome everyone here, members in the Middle Tennessee community and family and friends beyond. Thank you for sharing in Rachel's big day with us. Rachel, I want to wish you a hearty mazel tov. I also want to wish the entire Dubin family, Jen, Scoob, and Alex, just a wonderful day here today, and we thank you so much for being part of our Micah community. We are a better place because of you, so thank you. And Rachel, we're very, very proud of you, and we want to give you, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, a Kiddush cup that we hope you use for many, many years and remember fondly upon this day. We also want to give you a certificate to Israel, and we hope that you use that certificate and journey there at one point. And but most of all, we thank you, Rachel. We know you inspire us. You are such a wonderful part of this community. We witness you chanting and praying and singing on the bima and in the congregation, and we're just so thrilled to be with you here today, albeit virtually. But thank you, and we wish you all the best, and a hearty mazel tov and Shabbat shalom. Thank you.
Some of the many gifts we provide you on this special day. There is also a certain ritual that we perform, and that is everyone who has a bar bat mitzvah signs the bar and bat mitzvah scroll. Done this before.
Okay. Usually I include that now.
Yep. Excellent work. And then, most significantly, your parents are going to come up and say a few things. Jen, Scoop.
How you doing? You did a good job. Very proud of you. All right. So how can it be that we're standing here today, witnessing your bat mitzvah? It doesn't seem like it has already been 13 years since your mom first told me, while she was still pregnant with you, that she could tell that you were going to give us a run for our money. And although we firmly believe that she was correct, you have been one of our biggest blessings. Your brother was the other one. You make us laugh at least once a day. You have an insatiable thirst to find out the who, what, where, and why on everything. You can make an argument for any point of view on anything, and you can't sit still and stop talking to save your life. You get all that from me, which I verified with Grandma. But most importantly, you're kind and live your life with a desire to help and make others smile. That, of course, you get from your mom. We are so proud of the young lady you're becoming. From the time you and Alex were very little, we have told you to always live your life treating others as you want to be treated, and to work hard and do your best. I can honestly say that you try very hard and accomplish that every day. Treating others the way you want to be treated and doing your best sometimes requires you to think it through before acting. It's a little tough for both of us. A skill that takes time to refine. I'm still working on it myself. You sometimes have to take a step back and think about the consequences, both positive and negative, before moving forward or not. It requires you to consider whether the next step you're planning to take is going to result in something that you would be proud of and would make you happy. If it were happening to you, it also requires you to move forward even when you don't want to or are afraid to. Now that you're a teenager and a bat mitzvah, you will likely encounter many situations like that. Your sense of fairness comes out in almost everything you do. It is especially apparent when we play games together. When you're winning, you try to rationalize for those of us losing why it is not that bad. And when you lose, you don't just fold up and walk away. You dive right back in and play another round. The way you face up to the challenges in the games mirrors how you manage challenges in life. I am so proud of you for the way that you can trip and then just get back up, look around, make sure no one saw you, and brush yourself off and try again. Congratulations, sweet girl. Mommy's turn.
It has been such a joy to witness you working towards your potential and come into who you're going to be. One of my favorite things to do is to watch you, especially when you don't know that's what I'm doing. I love watching your wheels spin as you're contemplating what to do next and how you're going to do it. I can see it in your eyes and how you posture yourself. I love how you love to explain things before I can even open my mouth, because you want to be sure that we know that you acted with good intentions. I can also see when you know that you didn't act with such good intentions, but I love that you recognize that you made a mistake and then tell on yourself. That you most definitely get from me, and you can verify that with your Nana, before I've even had a chance to acknowledge to you that I already know. I love watching you sleep curled up in your blankets, and even when you end up sleeping on the floor, swearing that you don't remember how you got there, even though I think you probably do. You remembered for Alex's bar mitzvah, I quoted from a song, and you asked me what song I was going to quote from on your bat mitzvah. So the song I chose for you was written by Diane Warren, and it's performed by Jennifer Hudson and Jennifer Nettles. See the connection? Now you know why I like it. They have great, awesome names. And it's called You Will, the OWN song. It was actually written for Oprah Winfrey's network. I love this song for many reasons. And when I heard it for the first time, I immediately thought of you and how I hope that you will continue to live your life. This year has been one full of challenges, more so lately with all the online virtual learning you're having to do, and most recently, the loss of our Maggie. We've heard you say you can't do something and then want to give up. You know that's not in our family, that's not our style. So I hope when you listen to this song, it resonates strongly with you and you really hear the lessons it teaches. You Will talks about not giving up and remembering that you're stronger than you think you are, and that if there are barriers in your way, you persevere. It also talks about the importance of positive attitudes and believing in yourself and knowing that there's nothing that you can't do if you put your mind to it. You work hard and not limit yourself. I want you to be a strong woman and accomplish all the goals you set for yourself. We need more strong women in this world. We know you'll be a strong woman because of who you are now. Whoops, technical difficulty.
We have them all the time.
You are a young lady with strong convictions and opinions, and a desire to fight for what is right when you see an injustice. I want you to make good decisions for yourself and others, but always know and remember that Daddy and I will always be here for you, even when you don't. And as the song says, own every breath, own every minute, go live a life that's got no limits. Only one thing you need to know, just never think you won't, and you will. Go live the life you're born to live. Live in the positive. All you can dream, all you can plan is already in your hands. So go live a life that's got no limits. Love you.
Rachel, I got to tell you just a few things, and then I think maybe Rabbi Laurie needs to say just a few things. Take a breath. We're almost all over. I'd say there's a great big party waiting, but that's not actually the truth. The party's a little smaller. Let me tell you what happened today. In addition to you becoming an adult, from our perspective, the Jewish community here at Congregation Micah got stronger. Because we need people who are willing to go to Mississippi and pick up trash. We need people who are willing to dedicate themselves to a life, as we see it at Micah, that is founded on justice, and it is founded on mercy, and it is founded ultimately on humility. And we love the Dubin family, and I say it quietly in the microphone again, our favorites, because they take those things seriously. And they have modeled that for you, and you in turn have modeled that on the airwaves, and not just to the people here, but in the way you live your life outside of Micah and in the way you live your life here inside of Micah. And so we hope that just like your brother, you will hang out with us still, that you will listen to our music, that you will participate in our high society programs, that you will go on and travel to New York with us and go on and travel to Israel, and just remain a part of this community that just values you so much and loves you so much. Got anything you need to add there, Rabbi Lori?
Of something very, very short, which your mother reminded me of when she was just speaking to you, and that is one of my favorite sayings that I share with you, my favorite COVID sayings, which is, if you can't beat fear, do it scared. And I hope for you that you'll remember that.
Okay, so here's what happens now. We have to bless you. And the blessing that we offer, we ask for parents' help.
We're also going to invite Ronnie and Esther to come back up to open the ark doors, too.
No, you guys stand in the middle. And Mom and Dad are going to come on either side. And we're going to take this beautiful tallis that you're wearing. Careful, I don't want to rip the dress down. Okay. Yeah. And we're going to make a little chuppah. Don't worry, it's a little time before this actual chuppah. We're going to make it taut. This is what we know at Congregation Micah. We know that when you do these good deeds like you spoke about, that it not only makes you a better person, it makes the world a better place, a place we all want to live in. And so what we do is we take the oldest benediction in all of history, and we bless you with this threefold blessing in the hopes that you will live a life of Torah, where you will explore all the many talents that you have, a life of chuppah, where like your parents, you'll stand below a wedding canopy and marry someone you love, and a life of ma'asim tovid, of doing those very deeds that which I spoke. And the blessing goes like this. You ready? It starts over there. Rachel Dubin, may God bless you and protect you always. May God's face be lifted to you, and when that happens, show us the Rachel Dubin smile. May God's countenance shine upon you and through you, and may you and these people that love you wherever they are in our whole broken world be granted that gift of shalom, of wholeness and peace. You say amen. Okay, arms are tired. We can put it back down. We're gonna...
שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגהר עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Rachel, it's always here towards the end of our service that we think about those people who still touch our spirits through their hearts and their souls and the actions of the past and the memories that we have of them. And so your family has asked us to specifically mention the names of Philip and Sylvia Dubin, of Sandy and Paul Briskman, of Mac and Jean Longley, Marcia Alvarez, Abe and Ruth Frischman, Julius and Dorothy Lewis, and Max O'Mell. We also have, from our community, we mentioned the names of the people who passed away recently: Rich Michelle, Henry E. Foyer, Dr. Bob Sirkin, Aidan Becker. And we recall on the anniversaries of the deaths from our community, Minda Sue Lazarov, Jerome Kimball, Bernard Kaufman, Dorothy Newman, Abe Sack, Mary Shapiro, Morris Bookstein, Alan G. Lasky, Philip Roseman, Dorothy Lee Ocker, Jacob Weisbarth, Isabel Schulimson, Kurt Egger Singer, Rebecca Belzer, Miriam Claire Silver, Dr. Lawrence Solomon, Cecile Elmo Meredith, Ava Strauss Fogel, Pearl Kahn, Esther Abram Friedman, Dr. Philip Leviton, and Arthur Robbins. If there's any other names you all would like to say aloud, we invite you to do so. And then I point you to the words of Kaddish, tome, page 294, our Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayachon uv'yomachon uv'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach la'alam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shalom Rabbah min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. We ask as always that the source of peace and comfort to all people who mourn and all who are bereaved. And we say one final time together.
Amen.
Do we have a closing song? Do we want to do a kiddush?
Oh, say shalom, bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen. Oh, say shalom, bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
L'chaim.
Mazel tov. L'chaim. Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Yes, wave to everyone.